G'day guys and welcome! My name is Michael and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer and welcome to Curse of Strahd here on this very lovely Wednesday. I feel like it's Wednesday in most places in the world. If it's not Wednesday yet already, what are you doing with your life? Stop living in the past! Come and catch up to the now! We're already on Wednesday. Where are you? What are you doing? Sorry, I don't know where I'm at. Hi everyone. So yeah, we are here once again. We are going to be delving into the realm of horribleness and horror in this Dungeons & Dragons vampire gothic adventure. Joining me, of course, are my delightful, my wonderful, my amazingly supportive Patreons who support this channel and get to come and play with me every Wednesday. We have, of course, Neil, the delightful figure who plays multiple times a week, playing the role of Vagag, our Goliath Chronomancer wizard. Good evening, Neil.
Hello, Michael.
How are we?
I'm good. My
Excellent.
Wednesday just started, but it's all good.
I'm getting a lot of. I feel like I'm getting a lot of heat for the time zone thing on from everyone. So just whoa. Yeah, that's right. Look. We can all agree I'm not New Zealand. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay. So anyway, awesome. And guys, if you want to check out Neil also goes by Immersion Diversion and does some really cool and fun things on his channel as well. So be sure to go check that out. Next up, we have Charles, aka the Iron Ghost Gamer, playing the role of the Dragonborn Paladin Argento. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How's it going tonight?
Doing awesome. Now I'm Kiwi shaming. Yes, I'm Kiwi shaming. I'm allowed to. I've spoken to the mayor of New Zealand, and he let me. He basically said, "Michael, you've got a clean slate. Don't worry about it. You can rag on us all we want." Actually, no. I will. After I do the intros, I'm going to tell you a story. Anyway, next up, of course, is our wonderful bearded friend from my lovely bearded land. By the way, the jumper is very well deserved. We are very cold here in Perth, but looking very nicely rugged up is my dear friend Tim, who plays the role of the whimsical Demiro, the satyr bard. Good evening, Tim.
Good evening, Michael.
You look warm.
I am quite warm.
Excellent. I have a cuddle goblin. That is to keep me warm. That is all I have. It's just this.
Well, I have this if it gets too cold. No, just put this up.
Have you ever thought about googly eyes on the top of it to make it look like you're being eaten? Oh. All right. And last but certainly not least is, of course, the delightful and wonderful McKinley, playing the role of Esther, our changeling cleric, our Haitianish witch character. Good morrow. Good morning. All right.
How are you today?
I am well, thank you. All right, so here's the story. I went to New Zealand for the Bledisloe Cup, right, for rugby. And keeping in mind, me and the missus, we are all black supporters, okay? Let's start with that. So we went for the Bledisloe Cup, and I was in a hotel room, and I was watching the TV in New Zealand. And it was for, like, literally, this was an ad for, like, a supermarket, like their version of, like, Bunnings and stuff like that, okay? And here's what happened. There was a couple of toddlers having a chat in, like, a playground. And it was like, hey, we're going to build a treehouse this weekend. Do you reckon you could come help us? Oh, yeah, sure. But you reckon it would just be the two of us? Oh, we could ask Bonza. Hey, Bonza, you want to come help us build a treehouse? When is it? Oh, this weekend. Nah, I'm busy. Bloody Australians. And that was it. That was the whole bloody ad. There was nothing else to it. It was just, go shop at this shopping center. What?
Wow.
Yeah. So at that point in time, I basically, gloves off, mate. Gloves off, you know. Yep, anyway, I digress. That's my New Zealand ragging story. And I need to tell Rob that at some point or another as well. Anyway, I digress. Let's keep moving on. Now, guys, for those of you who do not know, welcome to the Dead Aussie Gamer channel, where you guys in the audience are not just invited to be our lovely people watching behind the scenes, but you're invited to come and join me behind the GM screen, where you get to play around with these guys with some sort of semi-cosmic powers. You may use a bunch of different ways in order to influence the course of the game, including, of course, channel points, which you earn through watching the channel and talking and chatting and raiding. You can influence the course of the game and add a bunch of really, really cool stuff. In addition, you can also donate to the channel, and by doing so, you'll get unique and cool rewards, such as our Strahd token, which we made up on the spot. And now there's a Strahd medallion on Esther, and I think that's an actual item from this game, but I don't know what it is.
It's actually really cool. I was trying to figure out what that was, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. But anyway, and Esther can use that to circumvent or overcome a trap or encounter that Strahd has. So that was a donation from one of the audience members. So you guys get to support the channel and at the same time get to do some cool stuff and play around with everyone. So yay! I do highly encourage you guys to do so because I am going to be in chat and I'm going to be keeping an eye on you as well. And you guys will get to keep me company too, which is yay! All right. Not know what that is. Bloody Aussies. Yep. Okay. Let's move on. Let's get this game started, shall we? So, today's session begins where we had previously left, which is usually a good way to start the following session.
We don't always do that.
We do not. We've done flashbacks. All right. Nope, no music?
No music. Sorry, just keep
It'll show up. That's fine. Well, while the music is spooling up, guys, always remember that this channel gets by, of course, love from our lovely sponsors, which are, of course, Hero Forge, Sirenscape, and Fantasy Grounds. Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks, as well as the tokens that we use. Sirenscape for the wonderful music, and Fantasy Grounds for the very, very cool platform in which we play. Now, our story begins deep below Castle Ravenloft, where we left our adventurers. They had managed to find their way down into the basement area, and a strange and mysterious-looking fountain greeted them here at the entrance to the basement levels. Flanked on both sides by what appeared to be statues of soldiers with horses, this strange-looking statue kind of reminded everyone of like this gateway, I guess, as it contained a strange fire that burned brightly in the center of a brazier suspended within the fountain. High atop this was an hourglass, which, once the flames were active, would count down a period of time. And a series of 7 beads, each a color of the rainbow, decorated the awning. As our heroes were fiddling around with them, they realized that throwing one of these stones into the flames caused it to change color. And every time they changed color, the hourglass would then activate. Well, picking up the indigo stone after having read the little poem, which I will post in. I won't read it, but I will post it in chat. So there you go, you guys. Oh, I think hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, let me try that.
We could, but then it just got cleared.
There we go.
Now can see the game.
There we go. Cast a stone into the fire. Violet leads to the mountain spire. Orange to the castle's peak. Red if lore is what you seek. Green is to where the coffins hide. Indigo to the master's bride. Blue to the ancient magic's womb. And yellow to the master's tomb. So after throwing in an indigo stone, Argento managed to step through the flames, emerging in a strange-looking room. Atop this large area where wooden stairs lead down into a relatively high-rised building, we find Argento. Unlit lanterns hang from the rafters of this room that he finds himself, as well as a large bronze bell to which he has appeared underneath. A large rope hangs by his side, twisted and rotted. The room is filled with the sound of beautiful music, of a viol that is being struck by what looks to be a strange two-headed figure in the corner of the room. Vagag, you, Esther, and Demiro watch as Argento has disappeared into the flames. What is your reaction as you see his body vanish?
I had also gone over and put my hand in and vanished.
Oh, you did as well? Ah, very well. In which case, you have also seen Demiro vanish. And Demiro, you also appear underneath the bell.
You know, someone in chat screaming at us, "What are you doing? You could just be evaporating and dying."
They very much could be.
With the little time that I see on the hourglass left, or on the timers, I would go in as well, running in behind them.
Oh, so you just rush in after us as well?
Yeah, I will.
No, I just did that for fun. All right. Very well. Esther.
My hand just touches it and my hand disappears.
On the hand. Did you want me to wait to ask Sir Timur, or
Sorry?
did you want me to wait to ask Sir Timur, or do you want me to just...
Oh, no, you can ask Sir Tem. Oh, okay, how about this? You can ask Sir Tem now, because Sir Tem will say... Sir Tem, of course, being the gnomish paladin in your company, he turns and he says, if everyone has gone through, perhaps I will stay here and keep the way open.
Wait, sorry. So I asked him and he said that?
No, sorry, this is before you ask him. So now is a good time to ask him because he won't come with you
Gotcha.
through the other side. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, sorry, 1 second. Just have to, 1 second. So Tim, before I go, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What is it? If it's another short joke, I will punch you.
Fair, but it's not that.
Okay.
Sorry. You seem to know an awful lot of these lands, and you've been here long enough to become part of a god. We as a party are aware of some memory-altering effect to this land, but you seem to still recall who you were before you came here. How long have you been here?
Well, time works a bit differently here. While I can recall much of what I once was and who I once was, much of these memories are vague and like grasping at cobwebs. I made a wise decision when I was much younger, and he pulls from his jacket what looks to be a journal. Every day I contribute, I add more and more, and I read so that those cobwebs, I guess, stay. But I feel it pulling at me. It was actually the Burgermeister in the Barovian village that taught me about this. He said more important than blade and than shield is to have your wits about you. And there's something about this place that eventually takes that from you and turns you into a victim of the darkness that resides within these lands.
Did you come here with anyone else?
I feel I did. But I do not recall any of the details about them, other than their name. But,
What's their name?
well, sad story as it may be a tale best suited for when we speak next. Your friends may perhaps require some sensible guidance.
Right. Stay safe. And I put my...
Oh, and as you are about to leave, he sort of touches you on the butt, but like where your back pocket is. And that is all. All right. And then you teleport as well. All right. Also, it's not a weird way. He's slipped something into your back pocket. Just want to be clear
I know.
to everyone. It's like, Wow, handsy freaking. It's like he was.
I understood.
It's like, did anyone? Oh man, such creeper vibe. No, okay, cool. Okay, now.
No, I understood. Don't worry.
All right. So the first to emerge out of the portal is Argento, followed very shortly by Demiro, then Vagag, and a short time later Esther. In the corner of this room, with a viol, playing it very soulfully, is what looks to be this strange yet hideous monstrosity. An amalgam of several creatures, hodgepodged together, with two heads, one with that of a satyr-like goatman, the other a small reptilian child, who seems to be lulled into a sense of slumber from the viol. As he turns to face you, his eyes go wide, and he stops playing. Who are you? Oh, sorry, the wrong one. Let me try again. Let me give that again. Who are you then? I can't say I recognize you, and your footsteps, they must have been quiet as a church mouse, for I didn't hear you come.
Oh, well, it's probably because we just teleported in, actually. And we're just visiting the castle.
Teleported.
Oh, yes, you see there was this magical flame, and we put our hands in, and here we are.
Oh, the master's not going to like that. Where did you say you were from? The castle?
No, we're visitors to the castle.
Oh. I see.
Yes, you see, we're actually looking for a friend of ours who came here probably half a day to a day before us.
Oh, well, he seems very confused at what you're saying. As he does so, you can realize very quickly why this man is confused. As you can see outside the window of your lovely building, you see... Let's see, where is it?
The castle's just above the green pin, isn't it?
I know where it is.
Oh.
Let's see. You are... Geez, I don't even know where you are. You're somewhere.
We're
Is it
lost.
Castle Strahd above the green dot? You're right.
Look,
Yeah,
I know where
think he's,
Kirsten...
I think the implication is that we're no longer in the castle.
You are very much not
He's
in the
left
castle.
Barovia.
We just get thrown from different
Kansas.
castle to castle. It's like,
Yeah, you are very far away. Okay. Okay, I don't know where you guys are exactly, but it is not Strahd's castle. Yeah, I actually have no idea where you are. Maybe... Yeah. Anyway, you're in a...
I'll ask the NPC. He might know.
Yeah, he might know. I assure you he does not. But you look outside, and rather than seeing Strahd's castle, you actually see the vast countryside of Barovia. And in the far distance, you even see the clouds that hang high over Strahd's castle. So you're here for the, to find a friend?
Yes, the Lady Arena.
I, can't say that I know a Lady Arena, I'm afraid. No one here by that name. Just me and the master. As you turn around, you can see the rest of the room sort of coming into view. Again, it seems that, truth be told, you're in the top of a bell tower of some kind. But something catches your eye in the dark. A slightly damp and dark tarpaulin that seems to be pulled tight across what looks to be a humanoid form.
something out there.
Just what sort of bride was this talking about?
Ooh, actually, hang on. I've got a thing. Hold on, here we go.
Oh.
I want to try this. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. Here we go.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Do you like the song? Do you want another? Your song, that is. No, not food or wine, because there's none here. No, got none.
All right, let's use this guy. I like this guy. Let's try that. You can ask questions if you want.
Okay. Yeah. Could you play another song?
I could do that. Possibly tomorrow. No, I'll do that now. Yes.
As he's playing the song,
Can we move?
Yeah, you can move around the space. You can talk. You can do whatever you like.
as he's playing the song, I'm gonna walk over to this table over here. Whatever the statue is on it.
The statue? What statue?
Well, there's like a table over where I moved.
Yeah, no, but no one said a statue.
Well, it looked like a statue. I'm just saying what I see.
Oh yeah, sure. You walk over to the statue of the dead guy.
Oh, that's okay. It's a dead guy.
It's
I
in
mean-
the tarp homeless.
Be careful.
I didn't know the tarp. Sorry.
You didn't give up any tokens today, did you? You want to be careful before you look into that.
I'll move over here and I'll join him in the song to just give the other guys a bit of time to poke around.
All right, very well.
Yeah.
Very well. This dude is very confidently distracted. Vagag, you peer beneath the top. As you lift it, you see a Goliath hand beneath the top itself.
What?
Friend of yours?
I don't lift the tarp all the way, but I just say it's a Goliath hand.
It seems to be covered in stitches.
I put the tarp back down and I kind of back away. I was like, uh-oh. Okay.
All right.
And then, yeah, you can go to someone else.
Argento?
Yeah, I just asked. I asked him. So, what's under there? What did you see?
I saw. All I saw was Goliath hands. I didn't really look. As there were stitches. Looked like they were all stitched together.
So it was like a table full of hands stitched together.
No, like
That's what it sounded like to me too.
I go up and I just say,
That on the
just
table.
look.
Oh, that's a project that the abbot is working on. That's all part
The
of
abbot.
doing some good work to make everybody happy. That, one day, will be someone's bride.
So I ask,
Well, the abbot,
abbot.
he's
Who is
a
the abbot?
wonderful
What do you
man.
mean abbot?
He's so
Oh, hang on.
That's right. He says,
Well, the abbot, he's a wonderful man. He's so kind and caring. He looks after us all and the villagers below. He finds the best in us and makes us all feel we have a place. My place is working at his side, while everybody else just rejects me.
I'm getting butcher vibes. Like Diablo Butcher. Oh gosh.
I'll follow that up and just ask him. So, where are we? We clearly are no
"It's a lot
longer.
of quiet. I am going to
Raven
drop a
Law.
giant encounter on you."
You know what? I kind of want to see what this actually is, so I'm gonna uncover the tarp.
All right. As you lift up the tarp and you see what lies beneath, what you find fills you with horror. It is an amalgamation of several creatures: a satyr, a changeling, a silver dragonborn, a Goliath, all hodgepodge together. Their faces seem to resemble parts and pieces of the four of you.
I kind of slam on the table, look at it. What's the meaning of this?
He says, I don't understand. What do you mean?
Yes,
That
what do
is-
you mean, Gog?
Yes, that is the abbot working on a bride for someone. I said so.
Take a look at the body. Each part looks like us in a way. Like,
Yes, he's got my eyes.
As Demiro looks at it, Demiro, what you see seems to be several chopped up, grey and lifeless women who have been stitched together.
oh, what? Oh no.
I must say, I don't remember looking quite like that, but I suppose I haven't looked in a mirror recently.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, for a start, I'm not three women stitched together.
Looking back down Vagag, you now see the women corpse.
Oh. Argento, what do you see?
With your dragon eyes.
I see a bunch of bodies sewn together, corpses. I don't know what this is. What do you said he's putting someone together for? Somebody,
Putting a
you
bride
said
together.
a bride for who would want to marry this?
Well,
He's their own.
interesting question, but I'm guessing he doesn't know.
I mean, the dragon part is quite appealing, but I mean, the rest, I don't know. I
I've just
don't
been
know.
following this guy around, like, where is he going? Why is he zigzagging everywhere? Whenever y'all are looking at him, just like looking at this guy.
He
got a
reaches up
darker
and he
one.
seems to grab hold of the rope.
Oh no.
Okay.
He looks at you. He smiles.
And what do you see, sir?
What do
I'm
I
asking
see? Me?
Yeah.
I see 4 guests. Kind, good, gentle guests. And I should let the abbot know that we have guests. And he
Where
pulls
is
on the
abbot?
rope.
Okay. Like, no, that's just Esther. Just like, because she's right
Yeah,
underneath.
because you're right underneath it.
Ah!
Sanctuary! Sorry, I can't help it.
Bring out your dead.
Bring out your dead. All right. Now,
He's not dead yet. Yeah, he is.
as the bell resonates throughout the landscape here, you can see coming out of the hold on, let me show you the landscape here. All right. So, currently you guys are in the tower just over in this area here. Around you, you can actually see there's kind of like a small, like, it's an abbey, so there's like, you know, like rooms for the nuns to sleep in and the like. And you can see out the window that there are several people tilling the fields. They seem to be very similar types of hodgepodge creatures. These creatures are known as mongrel folk. You know that Cyrus Bellevue, the guy you were dealing with in Strahd's castle, this guy here, he was also a mongrel folk. And this seems to be maybe a village of a bunch of them. as they make their way towards the bell sound.
Oh, they're walking towards us.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. Guys. We gotta go.
But why would you want to leave? Don't you want to meet the abbot?
Is he coming up here, is he?
don't
Yes,
think
yes,
the
he'll be
abbot
here
is-
soon.
I don't think the abbot is just one person.
All right, what do you want to do?
Esther, did Sir Lanson say he was gonna keep the portal open?
You did, but I don't see where we would go for that.
I guess I look around the room. Is the portal still open, or is?
The portal is not here.
Portal is in another castle.
Portal is in another castle.
What's
That's
up,
a
Esther?
code voice. I'm sorry. So I asked, sir, what does
All right.
the abbot
Now,
look like?
from All Things Fantasy, we have a plot twist that comes through.
Because we need the plot to get more twisted right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, Hidden Secret or Lucky Day. It is all up to you. All Things Fantasy as to which of those two things get played. Take your choice. Make your pick. Hidden Secret or Lucky Day. All right. Esther.
Okay. Did you hear the question I had asked?
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't.
Oh, no, it's okay. I just asked, so what does the abbot look like?
Well, no sooner than you asked this, a handsome young man in a brown monk's robe suddenly appears at the foot of the stairwell, heading up towards you. Let's see, here we go. All right.
I have it like a one priest. Okay, I got you.
All right, let's get that up there. Okay. Appearing before you is what looks to be a very handsome young man in a brown monk's robe. He gently seems to walk over to the yeah, you made me say statue. Over to the body. As he reaches down, he turns his attention to you, almost like a passing thought. After checking to see if his project was okay, he looks to you and he says, "Hail and well met. I don't believe we are acquainted, nor did I see you enter the abbey. Is there perhaps something I could do for you?"
I kind of lean down towards Demiro and whisper to him, "Does he look like Bluto? A bit."
He does not look like Bluto at all.
Oh, I thought. Okay, never mind.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's also not. No, it's so some of the NPCs in the Curse of Strahd book just have that blue hue.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's not the same character at all.
Okay, I was like, they're
Different
brothers.
blue.
No,
No.
no, the image
Okay.
is just black and white or blue.
Yes, well, we came in a rather unusual way, you see, but it's lovely to meet you now. I'm Demiro, and this is my companions. And we were wondering about your project. We've now heard wondrous things about it.
Yes, I am attempting quite a difficult endeavor. My latest work has been a little unsatisfactory, but you do have me at a disadvantage, I'm afraid. I have not an idea of where you have come or to what your plans are.
Well, you see, we were guests at the castle, and, well, we ended up here.
The castle, you say?
Hmm.
And you've ended up here. Strange. Likely the works of some sort of transportation magics, I imagine.
Yes, that's our current assumption.
I brought you friends, master. Yes, Corvin. That's a very good Corvin. Why don't you continue playing for us? Your music is so soothing. Yes, master. Right away. And he begins to play in the corner there. Well, if the castle is what you seek, then the road should be able to guide you back.
Really quick, I'm going to see if I can detect any kind of magic that that came from the portal we came through. So I'm going to cast detect magic.
There is no magic here from the portal area where you teleported.
Yeah, there's no way back from here. Okay. Crap.
Well, while we're here, could you show us around the abbey, perhaps?
He looks and smiles. He says, "But of course, right this way." He gestures for you to head down the stairs.
I'll head down. I don't think there's anything.
I'll go with him.
I'll follow. We're just stuck up here, so we might as well go up.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might see a brazier somewhere, like from the castle.
All right. I'm going to take you downstairs, but I'm going to take you to this place. All right, there we go. Esther and Argento. All right. As you make your way down the stairs, he explains that the Abbey is here to help those who are, of course, misbegotten, misshapen, or misguided. Here they find glorious purpose and can work and live in peace and harmony. You see, as you make your way down, a long table in this central chamber that seems to have what looks to be a large 50-foot, well, not 50-foot, 10, 20, 30, 30-foot table with a multitude of chairs sitting around them. Seated in one of the chairs appears to be a radiantly beautiful, if not pale-skinned woman who seems to wear a kind of a slightly worn, tired, but rather beautiful dress. She seems to sort of be lost in her own thoughts and stares deeply into her reflection in the back of what looks to be a shiny fork.
Is he introducing us, or he's just taking us here and that's it?
He'll keep moving around. He'll say, pardon my manners. This is Lady Vasilka. She is a lady of few words, and we are currently learning etiquette, aren't we, my dear? She seems to be vacantly looking at the fork before putting it in her mouth without putting any food in. The abbot quickly rushes over and sort of snatches the fork from her hand. He places it firmly down on the table in the right position, like as per what you would imagine dining to have. Yes, my dear. We will continue your lessons in just a moment. We have guests, and what do we do when we receive guests? For the first time, the woman seems to make eye contact with any of you. She then rises to her feet, and she pulls herself out of the chair. She then softly curtsies.
Lovely to meet you.
And the rest of you?
I just nod at her like.
I
yes.
kind of bow as well, just like a head bow.
He then sits her down, and says, "Very good, well done." And you watch as he places a few strange square objects on the table in front of her. She then holds position for a few seconds before picking up one and then eating it.
I'm gonna say something to Esther really quick, by the way, also, since I'm kind of right next to her. You might want to send word to Sir Lancelin and just tell him to go through the portal, because we're not going to be able to go back. And just tell him to head down the stairs and we'll be right there. Like, when it comes through.
All right. Well, the abbot says, "Well, if you would follow me." He gestures through the door, which leads out towards the courtyard.
Does it look like she has any sort of recognition of what's going on around her?
And not overly. There's definitely a haze that seems to linger over her eyes.
Okay. Just while he's just gone outside, can I just have a quick... Is there still any of those cubes left on the table in front of her?
Yeah, there's still one.
Could I go over and pick it up?
Sure. As you do so, she seems visibly upset. She grunts and she moans, but doesn't make any. She doesn't form any words as she reaches out almost pitifully towards the cube that you have in your hand.
Is there any way that I could try and, I don't know, sniff it, see if I can figure out what it is?
Yeah, a simple smell will identify exactly what it is immediately. It is a sugar cube.
Oh. Okay.
She continues to paw helplessly towards Demiro. Not violently, but you can see that she is becoming more distressed.
Okay, I'll toss her the super cube.
All right. The others see this. Does anyone have any reaction to it?
He's just giving her
Cubes of sugar. Interesting.
He mentions it.
let's see.
But what does she do when she gets it back?
She eats it.
Straight away, like...
Yep. Almost immediately. Places it in her mouth.
Does it seem like she's drugged, or this is just what she's like?
Hard to say. Not without making a proper check.
Can I assess, see if I've known any previous information from books about what's happening right here?
No.
Okay.
So I'll
It
walk up
is
to the table.
innovation!
I'll walk up close to the table and just say, "Is that all you eat? Sugar cubes?"
She seems to not recognize you. Once she's done with the sugar cubes, she starts to sort of tap on the table, almost rhythmically, but then she stops for a moment, and she then sort of rubs one of her hands. She then puts her hands in her lap and sits up properly.
So my response then would be to her to say, "Are you okay? Is everything all right?"
She gazes deep within your eyes, Argento. Behind there is a flicker of something conscious, but you seem to not be able to reach. She smiles softly at you, almost as if she believes that's the response you're looking for. A few moments later, you hear from the front door, "Gentlemen, are you coming along?" And lady, of course.
I apologize. We were just waiting for one of our companions.
Well,
I believe he was still upstairs, but
I see, but please do not tarry. It is very easy to get lost in a place like this, and I'd much rather you not disturb the people who are residing within these walls, as they have come here to seek sanctuary and not be gawped at.
of course. We will make haste as soon as our friend comes along. And I turn to Esther. Um, should we get Sir Lancelin back here then?
All right. Argento, just before you leave, I'm going to play my plot twist card. Hidden Secret. Before you leave, your hand is grabbed by the woman. She seems to try to speak, and as she does so, you realize a horrifying truth. She opens her mouth, and you can see on the inside of her throat a series of thick stitches, almost as if someone had removed her vocal cords.
Ah.
Her hand trembles slightly, but then she lets you go. Her eyes still somewhat vacant. She turns towards the abbot. And the abbot sort of looks at her, and in that fleeting moment where the abbot's eyes meet hers, she then puts on the same smile that Argento, you saw her give you. The abbot's face then changes back to soften up a bit.
Yeah, obviously noticing the look that he gave and what's going on with her, I in that moment I don't want to play the hand of anything, so I just sort of nod and look, sort of look back and forth between both of them as if to say, okay, I'm nothing to really see here or anything like that, and I'm kind of just lingering back, and I'm hoping the abbot will step out of sight before I make my full move outside, but I'm kind of just sort of loitering back here.
Sure. As you see,
I'll head out. Vigago, I think Tam will be able to find us should he follow.
Okay. If you believe so.
All right. The abbot waits till
He found us the first time.
till Argento's a little bit closer, and before he heads out. Esther, is there anything you would like to do?
You wanted me to do something, right?
Oh yeah, I was mentioning that we should cast sending to Sir Lancelin. Maybe he could just come through the portal, since we have no way back. So otherwise he's going to be stuck there waiting for us to come back, and he won't know what's going on. So
I can do that then.
All right. Gathering up the reagents you need, you begin to cast your sending spell. You throw your mind and your consciousness reaching out to Sir Tem. But suddenly, you hit what feels like a wall of gelatin within your mind. And as soon as you have that feeling, almost as if you're sinking, that if you push further, it will envelop you entirely. Do you continue?
Sorry? If there's a gelatin?
So, okay, let me describe this better.
There's a wall. There, you said there's a wall.
Yeah, like in your mind, you feel as though you've struck a wall of gelatin and that you're sinking into it, trying to reach Sir Tem.
I don't think it's good to, like you said, lose my wits. So it's best not to test it right now.
All right, so you're going to pull back?
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, you pull back. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Sorry.
An hour and 10 minutes in, first roll again.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. All right. 24
Nice.
Is easy. So you pull yourself away from that slimy, sort of, I don't know, sinky stuff, and you manage to regain your senses.
Are you okay?
Sorry. Out of character. 1 second. I look at uh you said her name is Vasilka?
I think so.
Is that it?
DM was silenced.
Method act.
We can't hear you.
Vasilka.
Vasilka.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I look at Vasilka for a second. Seeing that Argento's there, I don't look very comfortable, but for a moment I go and I want to ask the abbot something.
Certainly. Now, while the abbot is out of sight, Argento, are you up to anything?
Yeah, I was going to try to get Esther's attention, but I see that she's kind of had this moment,
no,
and
no, go ahead.
no, it's all right. You had the moment, and you've just sort of took off. So I'm kind of like, okay, that's fine. But what I'm going to do, no, that's fine. So I'm just going to go back straight to her, and ask her, to see if I can get more out of her to say like, are you in danger? Are we in danger? See if she has any kind of response. Is that the response?
Okay. It is a silent response.
Yeah. So she's done nothing. She's got me no eye, head shakes, nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so then I'll stare at her and I'll say, "Are you hungry? Would you like to eat?"
She seems to, as you try to talk to her, her eyes seem to look straight past you.
Mm-hmm.
There is no response.
So
I feel bad because I feel like I'm stonewalling you, but ultimately,
No, I think this is good, man. I really actually think this is good. So what I'll do now is because I'm having all these, I'm trying to engage with her, and she's really, I can tell she's struggling here. So what I'll do is, I have 10 one-day rations, just plain rations. I want to pull one out of my pack and sort of like show it to her, and then sort of like offer to give it to her to see if there's any kind of reaction from that.
She does not seem to react to it. A few moments after you place it down, you can see her kind of looking at it. What is the ration itself, by the way, just so that I know what it is?
Well, it just says one-day rations. Whatever comes in, just your standard, I guess. I have no idea.
It's just maybe like a jerky or something.
Yeah, something like that. Just a simple little, let's just say that, some jerky and
a day's worth of jerky.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't give.
All right. She does not eat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's fine. What I'll do is I'll just leave it there, and I'll just sort of give her a bit of a look, and then I'll just say to her, "If you need help, rest assured, I will help you." And I slowly just sort of like walk towards the rest of the group and sort of follow them out towards where the abbot went.
All right. You head out towards the courtyard. There you can see yourself under the dark, moonlit sky of Barovia. The courtyard area has a well in its center with what looks to be a gate to the north with two larger buildings that you believe would likely be entrance points. Several small chicken sheds to the south, as well as troughs for animals and the like. There is another half of the building to the north that leads further in, and there's a tethering post where one would usually use to tether a horse in order to kind of get it saddled up or to ride it or to break it, a whole bunch of different things. And there you go. That is what you see. The abbot sort of explains this as you move on, as well as the fact that he is trying to try and find a few people in Barovia who have it harder than others and invite them here to live their lives in relative peace and harmony. Now, in this particular area, you come across another mongrel folk. A haggardy old woman who looks to you and says, "Oh, our abbot, nice day for a walkabout, isn't it?" "Indeed. I'm sorry, I don't believe I caught your names."
I did introduce us.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Very well. Then I do remember your names explicitly. Allow me to introduce to you our new guests. This is Lady Esther, Sir Demiro, Argento, and Vergag. This is Miska Bellevue. Ooh. There's something familiar about you.
About us.
Something about the way you smell.
And in what way do we smell?
Not entirely sure, I'm afraid, sir. Just a very familiar scent that seems to waft over you, I'm afraid. Perhaps you've just one of those sorts, that sensation of home wherever you travel.
Yeah, well, I do like travel.
It shows, sir. It shows indeed.
Oh, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. The Mishka seems to blink 3 spidery red eyes on one side of her cheek as she seems to almost turn and blush. Well, if I'll leave you to your works. Oh, yes, no, I had to feed the chickens, I did. Yes, of course. Please, tend to the chickens. She then hobbles off and runs, grabbing some corn, and starts to feed the chickens in the corner of the courtyard here.
I look towards the chickens. Do they anything look weird about them, or are they just chickens?
Perception check.
Demon chickens.
Abyssal chickens.
There are no chickens.
Ah.
Many different responses.
Nope, you hear the chickens. They seem like regular chickens.
May I ask the abbot the question now?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, just wanted to wait until it was fast. So, I'm not exactly well, I believe you'll call them nuns, correct? I do not profess an organized religion as I believe you do, but I still have some beliefs and abilities that may tie into what you profess. May I learn more about what it is you practice?
Why, of course. He reaches into his shirt and pulls out what looks to be a brilliant necklace resembling the sun. Brandishing in the center of this marking is a brilliant ruby. As he turns and he says, I am a servant of the Morning Lord, Lathander.
Would I have heard of Lathander?
Yes. Yes. Let's see. What can I tell you about Lathander? Oh, what can I tell you about Lathander? I could tell you everything about Lathander. Oh, Lathander this, Lathander that. They could never get me stopping talking about Lathander. Because if there's one thing I know, it's, of course, the person named Lathander. Who is the Morning Lord, a deity of creativity, the dawn, renewal, birth, athletics, spring, self-perfection, vitality, and youth. He favors those who dispel the undead and bless those who plant new life. Lathander was also the god called upon for birth and fertility related ceremonies. He is some saw him as a neutral good aspect of another god, but it has since been considered his own deity. He is neutral good. His domains are life and light.
Just a quick, I guess, observation from Argento is, does this resemble at all the necklace that Irina?
Oops, sorry, hang on. Sorry, 2 seconds.
Does this resemble at all the necklace that
Yes, it does.
Irina?
Come here, you. Sorry, I started
Hear
hearing.
yourself in third person.
Yep. No, I accidentally started the stream during the stream. Started the infinite stream.
The echo inside my armor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It happens from time to time.
All right.
It's like Crash with his armor. No, no, that's good.
All right.
Are those KFC chickens over there? I'm sorry. Just immediately
All right.
distracted.
Totally distracted.
Yeah.
Okay, everything's working now. Good.
Okay.
Carry on.
Mm. So then, yeah, I'll just speak up to him and say, that necklace, I've seen it before here. You may know of a person who wore it. Her name was Irina.
Irina. Well, the name does indeed ring a bell. Why do you ask?
Well, if I'm being somewhat honest, we're kind of looking for her, and on our journey to look for her, we've ended up here. So,
I see. Well, I'm afraid to tell you that the woman you seek is not within the walls of the Abbey. Though I doubt that among the destitute you may find what you seek, for this place is mostly for those who have been forgotten, those who are discarded by many others, such as poor Mishka here. You see that Mishka is still feeding chickens.
I want. Is he? So he's still looking at us. I want to cast detect thoughts on him.
Who?
The abbot.
All right, cast detect thoughts on the abbot. As you cast your spell in front of him, he looks at you a little confused.
Sorry, just checking on something quick. It's nothing.
Well,
Just reading your thoughts. Don't mind us.
Yeah, that's a little impolite and improper.
stand still, don't move. Makes it harder when you move around.
I just want to know if he was thinking about anything else when he mentioned Irina.
As you cast the spell and it gleans into his mind, all right, I'm going to describe something to you real quick. All right, now I hope this works. There you go. Your eyes are suddenly blinded by a glowing radiant light. You're not sure entirely what you see, but you find yourself suddenly looking up and an endless sky filled with clouds and a glowing sun that rages in the air. Despite its close proximity and its beautiful swirling patterns of flames, it is a warm and comforting light. You feel something reaching and grabbing you by the chest, and then another, and then another. All of these hands seem to carry a warmth about them as they push you higher, and then eventually deeper into the clouds. As you emerge from the sun once again, you shed a single tear. And that is what happens when you cast Detect Thoughts on him. It is one of the clearest and purest places you have ever seen.
I just look at him and I say, with the tear coming down, I say, it's so beautiful.
Well, you're not so bad yourself.
Sorry, I...
He's our friend. He's quite bored. All this talk of brides has got him tearing up.
I love a wedding.
I love a wedding. That's all I do.
All right. The tour's not quite over, but if you have questions, please, of course, feel free to ask. But just beyond here is where we keep we keep more chickens. And then beyond a little further, we have our various clinics to help those in need. Unfortunately, I cannot permit you through there, as it is a place for sanctuary and for recovery. You understand, of course.
I understand.
And then here is the front door.
I ask him which direction would be the fastest way to get to the castle.
Can we see the castle from here?
One moment. I need to figure out where the hell you guys are. Okay.
Yes. Like, I wasn't expecting this.
No. I knew you were going to be here, but I don't know. I thought it was going to be very clear where exactly on the map you guys are, but it's actually not.
This is cool.
Creds.
Is it?
All right, it's in
Oh,
Creds.
you're looking for
What's that?
Chris? Are you looking for Chris?
Yeah.
It's Violet Woods, way left.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
That's a tiny spot.
Aha! Okay, I found you. Okay, so there you guys are. So you guys are over here, like literally as far
Holy crap,
west
really
as you
far.
guys could be. You found the space between the walls of Michael's intellect. Yes, you did. It's ironically the same space between my ears. All right, so yeah, Strahd's castle is...
A long way away.
Yeah, let me see.
Wow.
Yep,
Dang.
you are... Let's see.
It's like three times further than we first
We are the farthest we could have ever been.
What
Okay,
if we
so-
go left and then we come out the right
Okay, so
side?
each square is a quarter mile. There you go. Each square is a quarter mile of travel.
Oh no. Whoa.
Regrets.
So we're now realizing how far away we
I
are.
wonder if there is another brazier here somewhere.
Maybe. Who knows? But you do see that at the bottom of the hill in which the abbey rests, there is a small village.
Okay.
I say to the abbot before we go, I just want to ask him a couple of questions. We were in Ravenloft, and we came here because we were told of stones that would take us to certain places, and the stone that we chose was one that brought us to the Master's bride. So what does that mean to you? Why were we brought here? I'm just a bit confused as to how we left Strahd's castle and we're now here.
Alas,
What do you know of this?
there is very little I can offer in terms of answers. If you did find yourself in a horrible place, such as Strahd's castle, then I'm afraid that any answer I could provide would merely only glean the surface of the true purpose behind whatever it was that led you here. I'm afraid that there is no, there is nothing here for you or your travels.
Fair enough. But the guy upstairs with the barefoot. Sorry, I'm not good with names.
The barefoot.
Colvin.
He said, yeah, barefoot. He said, that you were building a bride for the master. What master do you serve where you need to build a bride for one? I'm just curious.
Well, it's not quite so simple, and building a bride is probably a little extreme. Let's say that I'm helping those who might have difficulty in love find true love where they can, and those sometimes require a little bit of effort on everyone's part. Counseling in marriage and purposes of love and the acts between husband and wife is the purview of the abbot.
Let's see. Well, the one last question I've got. Do you know of anything about a dragon that used to reside in these lands?
A dragon?
A silver dragon, to be exact, and perhaps a dwelling or a castle. And do you know of anything about that?
Well, yes, actually, as a matter of fact. Rumors have it that a great worm was, of course, sighted in the east. Beyond that, I can't say I've ever seen myself such a creature.
I just sort of I kind of snarl at the fact that he referred to it as a worm, but I don't say anything, and then I kind of just put my arms out and look at myself as if to say, well, I'm a silver dragon. But I don't actually say it. I just kind of look at him like that. But
well, you are.
And I say, very well then.
Well, you are a dragonborn.
Very well then. I thank you for the tour.
You are most welcome, as are your friends. Should at any point in time you require rest, respite, or even the solace of a kind and learned ear, then please return. I'd be more than happy to welcome you.
Thank you very much. It was very appreciated.
Esther.
Something just feels a little off.
Sorry, Charles is just sitting there going, Yes, something off.
Yes,
Oh man, my bullshit sensors are tingling. My bullshit sensor broke when I saw that little girl eating frickin' sugar cubes.
Yeah.
Ah!
I thought it was totally normal.
As Esther was walking around, I'm just keeping an eye on her, just like.
Yeah.
Why?
Sorry, Esther.
Why? Okay. Why? So, if we came here, So first off, this is the location of the Master's Bride. But why would the abbot not have any knowledge of teleportation magic leading to his abbey? Why would, if this exists, I'm sure Strahd would have at least used one. So I'm just listening very closely because I'm not trusting. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm listening.
No, she still had sound. I think she still had him in her hands.
Yeah.
He's been out the whole time.
I'm just looking around like. I'm looking for whatever her name is.
I opened the bag.
I can't remember her name. Oh, it's just Tim.
I heard what you said, Esther.
I honestly thought he was with Esther the whole time because didn't she
I
pull him
was.
out?
I was in a bag.
I was.
The answer you seek is simple. So simple that even a numbskull would understand. What was the question? I forgot.
I'll bash him on the skull so he's a numbskull.
Ow. You ask, if Strahd had a castle that could teleport people around, then why was the abbot unaware of said teleporter? Well, the answer is simple.
It's a one-way tell.
Strahd's castle is filled with the dead. And the only thing that the abbot gets to see is what Strahd allows him to see. But there was one, wasn't there? One who did not seem all that particularly surprised at your sudden arrival?
Barefoot.
But he did say he didn't hear us coming.
Maybe the lady. She didn't seem to be surprised that we were there. Before she went to feed the chicken.
Also,
of course, the other lady didn't seem surprised about anything.
We're going to play a plot twist card. Well, we're going to play it again because you didn't use it the first time, so I'm going to play it right here. Hidden secret! Behold.
You should just put like a slit in his like skull so you could stick the plot twist cards in
I'll put a slit in your skull.
Oh, there is one actually, right down the middle.
Well,
now listen. Your hidden secret is this. Who here, and this can go to the audience as well, who here remembers the name of Strahd's manservant? Anyone?
Cyrus.
Cyrus what?
Bellevue.
Yeah, I said that in the chat.
Yeah.
We've noticed that they're all Bellevue.
They're all named Bellevue.
Uh-oh. Never mind. Clearly, I'm boned when it comes to information, so I'll just head back in my bag now. But if ever you need me, remember, Captain Murray Murrington is always at your disposal.
Back in the bag, Murray.
Okay. Farewell. Goodbye. Don't forget about me. I was a plot twist.
I was going to ask him something, but oh well.
Oh, you can ask me something. I'll stay around all you want. Tell me. What do you like? Hello? Come back. Don't leave.
Okay. I'll ask in a second since there's something I wanted to. I can ask in a second. But yeah, first, I really was just trying to read the abbot first, and then I'll ask the question.
Very well. Sorry, I'm going to stop doing that. Yes, very well.
We also
Sorry,
just
I'm
have a
having
plot
fun.
twist.
All right. Oh, yes, and we have another plot twist, speaking of plot twists, from AK Writer. So, ask your question to the abbot. And I will say that the conversation with Murray is, for the most part, to one side. You're not necessarily bringing him out to talk. You're just kind of talking. You're just listening to him as he's talking to you from the bag that you carry him in. For our lovely audience members, if you don't know who Murray is, Murray was a skull found in the room filled with bones by Argento, and a plot twist donated by one of our lovely audience members. He tried to convince Argento to drag his skull back to his body, which eventually succeeded, But then they destroyed his body, so now he's begging for his life by trying to be useful to the group. And I think that's pretty much the deal with Murray, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
What?
All right. AK, you get to pick one of two plot twist cards. You've got Not As It Seems and Mistaken Identity. Those are your two plot twists.
Max, like, what the
I was
heck?
not aware of this. Why does he think? Why do we always intimidate?
Group conversation. No, I was kidding.
Or like
I mean, no,
feel
we didn't say it within his life, but deception check.
So, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Trying to think. So, okay. Trying to remember my question. One second.
While she's trying to remember that, I'm gonna look around and see if I can find that Miss Bellevue we saw earlier. Look-alike.
All right. Looking around, she seems to have finished feeding the chickens and is now getting buckets of what looks to be some kind of weird slop and adding it to the troughs. Ooh, aren't you all lovely? This'll feed you and fatten you up. All right, good and proper. Mishka's got another present for you. Here, some fresh sausages. Made them myself. Oh, you're such lucky fat pigs.
Are there any pigs around?
Looking around, not really.
Huh.
Phantom pig.
Phantom ghost pigs.
Ghost pigs!
Do ghost pigs.
Okay. I think I remember the question.
Go ahead.
Sorry. First, was I able to try and read him as he was talking, or no?
Reading him as he's
Just like-
talking, Let me start with this. He does not seem disingenuine. Like, he doesn't seem like he is lying to you. That being said, he is definitely not telling you everything. He is being very careful with the choice in their words and being very, very precise when it comes to answering questions, particularly about this whole thing involving building a bride that the mongrel man up in the bell tower was telling you about.
Then I just say, I am rather intrigued by the Morning Lord, and if I could learn more before I go, as I said, I do have some abilities pertaining to a clerical aspect. I'm interested in learning more about what you can do and what the Morning Lord professes.
Well, the Morning Lord professes a great many things. Yeah, well, as a fellow theologian, allow me to offer you this. The Morning Lord is someone whom takes great pride and pleasure in serving others, ensuring that happiness and those around them are things that are given as well as fought for. I would say that in a place where darkness spends most of its time lingering across an ill-fated sky, it is the greatest time to be worshipping someone who bears the name the Bringer of Dawn. Wouldn't you agree?
I would.
Well,
You're the one that helps these people. All these folk.
Well, yes, there are, of course, there are a great many people who find themselves suffering from trials and tribulations here in in this region of Barovia, in all regions, really. And I do what I can. But you do once again have me a little at a loss. What denomination do you follow?
Well, oh no.
Well,
Well,
let me tell you about
let me tell you about death,
it.
because death is great. She just says, as I said, it's not as particular as I believe the monologue to be. It's a protection of those who have passed before me, and a swearing to aid them in any way I can, and they are able to aid me as well.
Well, I must say that is truly remarkable. And I do hope you all the best on your travels. Argento, I've noticed that you've run off, as has
I was
Demiro.
gonna say,
As-
you just kind of just walked
as,
up
the
to
guy.
it. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So
I've
where have
crept
you
over to
two run off?
I crept
I-
over to Mishka.
All right.
I was gonna check the slop to see what was in the slop.
All right. You check the slop. It's filled with human body parts. Argento, meanwhile.
Oh.
I'm gonna say fingers, but okay.
I love how. Yeah, I know. I did that on purpose. No. All right. Let's build this. Let's build the immersion properly, shall we? All right. The dog.
I like how I was like, thank you for the tour. See you later. Then I just walked.
Yeah, then you walk back in. All right.
Bye.
So I've gone over to Mishka, and then I just basically want to say,
Oh, hold on. Before we get to that, I
Yeah,
want
go
I want to do Neil's one properly. Okay. I'll give him a chance. All right. Here we go.
When I saw she was pouring that, I
Perfect.
just was like, "There's no pigs around," and I
Alright.
wanted to check.
Here we go.
Yep.
The Garg begins to make his way towards the several troughs that lie along the southern wall to the abbey. As you do so, a strange and acrid smell pierces your nose. You can see that the warm, foamy bubbles that seem to pop and burst on the top layer of this trough and the sludge that is contained within seem to release that toxic smell over and over, assailing the senses. As you get closer, you notice that there are large chunks of grayish, brackish meat that seem to lie here.
Ugh.
Floating in this slurry, you notice a severed hand belonging to what could have once been a very beautiful, delicate woman, now gray and lifeless, rotting and partially decayed, floats.
Using shape water, assuming I can use it in this situation. Just kind of push away the slop.
I'm going to say that there's more chunks in this, that there is
Okay.
no real fluid motion.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's definitely more meaty than that.
So chunky you can carve it.
Yeah.
Let's turkey and count it. Okay. Just and then kind of when I get to the first drop, I just look to the other two to the side without really moving. I guess I kind of would slowly make my way over, but kind of
Oh, yeah.
peeking around.
Oh, yeah, they're all kind of filled with the same stuff. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Here's where it go.
As you try to resist tucking in.
10. Uh-oh.
All
I got a +2.
right, roll a
Add to the
d4.
slop. Just add to the slop. Ugh.
3.
3.
Yes, you do end up adding to the slop. As you vomit in the in one of the boxes.
Ugh.
All right, now you're a short distance away. You can absolutely thank you for your few meaty bits. Careful cantrip, I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you for adding
Hey,
bits to
300
my.
bits.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
adding chunky bits to the slot. All right, Argento.
Yes.
What would you like to say as the elderly Mishka?
Yes. So I just sort of approach her and say, "Excuse me, Mishka, is it?"
Oh, aye, that be me. I am Mishka.
I'm Argento.
Oh,
Just
Argento,
thought I
is
could-
it? Oh, you're
Yeah.
you're quite a lovely young lizard, aren't you?
Uh, yes, I guess.
Oh, well, what can Mishka do for you, darling?
I just noticed you around, sort of. I had a couple of questions, I feel
Are
like.
you getting fresh with me, boyo?
No.
I'm a
Nothing like
married
that.
mongrel man, mongrel folk.
Well, married.
Mongrel
Who are
woman.
you married to?
Who am I married to? A big fellow, half walrus, half crocodile. You wouldn't want to mess with him.
Oh, sounds like a lovely fellow.
Oh, he's gentle as a lamb, he is. Oh, my sweet Eric.
Nice, Eric. Good name. So, look, I don't want to keep you from what you're doing here, but I just thought I would ask. You seem like a nice lady, but I'm a bit concerned about the young lady inside there. She seems sad. What can you tell me about her?
Oh, she's the master's latest project. It was very dramatic. Needed that gravitas in that moment as my music finally kicked in. Yes, no, she's the master's newest project. She is.
What exactly does the master do? You project that. The young man upstairs said he was working on a project, but he didn't really.
Oh, feeding the lass and dancing with her, teaching her all the proper ways to be a lady. Not like me old self. Too old for that sort of nonsense, I am. Weary bones be these.
Yes, I kind of know what you mean. I'm not very equipped for dancing myself, as you might be able to tell.
Oh, I don't know about that. I bet you could cut a rug.
Maybe.
Especially with those hatchets.
Well, yes. I like you.
I like you too, son. I like you too.
So, quick question. I happen to notice the guy upstairs. His name was Bellevue. Is any relation?
Upstairs? No, he's not a Bellevue. No, I only have one son. He works for a very important man in the city. He does. Fierce important, my young boy.
What is his name, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, Cyrus. Cyrus is my son.
He wouldn't happen to have a.
Were you gonna ask for a photograph in a fantasy adventure? I'm afraid I don't have that. Nor do I have the hand-eye coordination.
I'm not.
Nor do I have the hand-eye coordination. As you can see,
chance?
one of my hands is clearly that of a chicken. So
Yes. Does he have a duck foot?
I have a dwarf head, a cat mouth, a lizard hand, a cow hoof. My apologies, and spider eyes on my face. Oh, and a frog foot.
Nice.
One single frog foot. There you go. That's what I have.
I like frog legs. I think Esther might not want to hide that from Esther. I think.
Oh well, I prefer.
She eats frog legs
I
from
prefer
where
not
she's
to
from,
be
but we'll
eaten,
just
darling.
leave that where that lies. Anyhow, so your son Cyrus. Does he
Yes.
happen to have a web foot by any chance?
Oh, he does. He has a webbed foot and a crab
Yeah.
claw for an arm.
Yeah,
He's.
I met Cyrus. Yeah.
Oh, have you? Oh, my boy is such a good boy. And there's a picture of Cyrus, by the way, once again.
Yeah.
Oh, he's such a good
A
boy.
fun fellow
He is.
he was.
Yes, no.
Sneaky.
Oh, yes, no, he does. He does have a very light foot. Even as a child, I remember trying to change his diapers where he used to become a marathon. He used to run up and down all along these hillsides when he was a child, trying to get away with no pants. Oh, he was a cheeky little brat, that one. But, he couldn't get away from his old ma, no matter how hard he tried.
So you say he works for an important person, you
Oh,
say?
yes, no, fiercely important person around these parts. But, I am not one to brag.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Mothers like to brag about their children.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the pantsless story, I feel like, created a sense of camaraderie between every dad and mom in the chat right now. Like, it's like everyone's like, yeah, no, I've had to chase my naked child through the neighborhood before.
Yeah.
Yep, been there. I don't
So
even
what
have a
can you
kid.
tell me about this man he works for? What do you know of him?
Oh, he's rather well off, has his own castle and everything, he does.
Have you ever seen this man?
Oh, no. I'm too busy with my work here, helping the abbot and making sure that all the other guests are well looked after.
And the abbot, does he know this man?
Oh, yes, no, the abbot, knows no, in fact, I believe it was the abbot who recommended, my dear boy, oh, kind soul that he is. Like I said, the abbot is a true man of his word, true gentleman he is. Trustworthy beyond a fault he is.
Wow. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate you speaking with me. I know you have many things to do.
Oh, thank you for your company. Most people, they can't stand the look of me. The hideous monstrosity that I am, It's... Oh, don't need to be kind about it. They don't give beauty contest awards to people known as the mongrel folk.
I think, I get the same looks, scales, whatever. People can be rude sometimes. I think spider eyes are quite attractive. That looks really...
Oh, you flatterer,
Who wouldn't want to look at 8 or 20, 35, whatever? How many you've got there? I haven't noticed.
You can see,
spider eyes.
You can see 3 of these eyes just sort of blink in different succession. It's...
I like how they're sequenced. Look at that. That's a cool trick you've got there.
Well done. You've made friends with Cyrus's mum.
Nice.
Yep. All right.
Well, if I see Cyrus again, I'll be sure to give him your love.
Oh yes. Oh, please do. And you know
my
what?
love.
You know what? Here. Just take this from me to you. She reaches into a pouch and pulls out what looks to be a small brown bag that seems to have something inside of it. It is wrapped with baker's twine, and she hands it to you. There is a brilliant aromatic smell here that seems to just permeate through the baker's bag. It is the smell of freshly cooked banana bread.
Do I smell it from where I am?
No, you smell vomit and pig piss. Yeah, that's...
This
No!
smells-
I was like,
Ziggy,
what is that beautiful
no.
smell? Oh, wait.
Yeah, no. No, you're just dealing with vomit and shite.
Ah!
This,
Yeah, when
I
your
run over
GM
to
when
the
your
well.
GM has favorites, like
yeah, all the while you respect their spewing and just carrying on.
All right.
So yeah, I just say, well, this smells delicious. What is it, might I ask? What is this?
Oh, it's a special thing. I only make a few batches every few years, but for someone who's been so kind and so knows my young lad here, you tuck in all. There's plenty more.
Well, thank you. I will save this for later. I don't want to eat in front of the others or anything like that. We'll save it for later.
Where did you
Maybe
get that?
share it with him.
If you
I
finish,
appreciate it.
if you
All right.
finish
Very much.
introducing her, then do you want to ask her if Cyrus ever visits? See if we
Oh,
can find
good.
out through the
Just
teleport.
yells that from across the...
Does Simon ever visit?
She
Oh,
says,
yes.
"Oh yes, no, he visits once a month. He visits about once a month."
And how does he usually get here? Does he just...
Oh, by carriage he does.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so when's the last time he was here? Is he coming here soon by any chance?
Look, if I'm going to be honest with you, there is no shortcut with Cyrus's method. If he comes by carriage, it would take you literally just as long to charter your own carriage back versus him coming all the way
Let's
here.
hijack his carriage.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more interested in having a friendly conversation with Cyrus, but you know, it's okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, well, that's fine. Look, again, I won't take up much more of your time. Hopefully we will speak again soon, maybe.
Oh, I hope so, dearie. Meanwhile, Demiro and Esther, the abbot's looking at the two of you, like sort of tapping his feet, going...
I mean, you did say we're always welcome back.
Well, I mean, yes, that's very true. Vagog, plot twist card. Now, for those of you in our audience, because we actually have quite a substantial audience here joining us right now, if you have joined the channel and you haven't seen us before, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. Welcome to my channel where we run role-playing games and do role-playing game-related stuff. If you guys are in my audience, then you well and truly are a part of this game because you're in the GM seat along with me. You can influence the game through donations to the channel or through channel points. One such channel point was redeemed earlier on by none other than the delightful AK writer who got the plot twist not as it seems. Now, Vagog, at this point, you can see what looks to be a tiny, almost like a baby, right? Like maybe like 6, 7 years old, and it's this horrible, hideous thing that seems to be part pig, part snail, part human, and it slithers, throps. A throp, that is how I'm going to describe its means of locomotion. It throps towards the trough that you had recently visited with your vomit. Now, Vagog, you have... By the way, this is now going into you're getting the warning. The warning of you can continue to watch this scene if you want, but do so at your own peril.
I already condemned myself to running back to the...
Throp. All right, you scream and you run. Ah!
Well, no, I was going to run. I ran to the well because I was going to wash myself after the vomit.
Oh yeah, you can wash yourself. And yes, the not as it seems. The trough may have seemed like it was for livestock, but instead it was actually for some of the mongrel men who are not fully formed. The incredibly deformed ones who still need to eat and still need to survive are being fed out of troughs, which is pretty mental to us, if you ask me. But you know, that's it. Also, thank you for the follow. Hopefully you will enjoy your stay here, Anthony. Or Antihon. I said Anthony because that's what my eyes read. Thank you. All right. So, Vagog, you go over to the well. You draw some water and you splash your face. You're feeling a lot better. But you hear the sounds of chewing and munching coming from behind you. You try to avoid looking. Making your way...
Keep walking.
Yeah, okay, good. Making your way back to the abbot. All right, well, now, if you are heading for the castle, I would highly recommend you head down into the town. There you should be able to find someone to be able to charter you transportation. Esther.
So are we about to leave, guys? There's something I want to do right before we leave, but it can wait if you want to do something first.
Before we leave, I don't suppose you've noticed any magical braziers around anywhere in the abbey?
Magical braziers. Well, around the abbey, there is no such device as you describe. Says Michael as he flicks heinously quickly through his notes.
Probably look like some kind of ever-burning torch of some sort.
No, there is not.
All right.
Oh, we best be off.
Excellent. Well,
Esther, you said you wanted to do something first?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
wanted to do
we're
something
after
as we
Lisa,
leave.
so
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
okay. Well, goodbye, and again, safe travels. May Lathander see to illuminate your pathway, and may Saint Marikova light all of your ails and woes, and bless you.
Gesundheit.
Until
All
until we see each other again.
Very
I'll
well.
walk out the door.
Okay.
may I do the thing now?
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry. Okay. As everyone's leaving, I'm kind of just right behind. I look to the abbot again and I say, one more thing. As part of my training, I've had to learn how to speak to the greatest good and the darkest evils. She's referring to speaking celestial and infernal.
Sure.
Is this anything you may be able to do? At
Um,
least I'm sorry.
he says, in your mind, without vocalizing it, those who look through the abyss only to see the light will often find an ally in those who share those similar sights. He bows at you.
Then I say back in celestial, what does it mean to protect these people?
It means that the dark will not ever fully consume this place. Cryptic answers still are cryptic. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. But, however, Dazzle Sunstrider has indeed redeemed an insight check. And with an insight check, ladies and gentlemen, that means Dazzle, thanks to you, our group gets a straight answer for once. Thanks, Daz. All right. So you can ask one question, and through your character's processing of the information you have been given, you will get a clear insight into anything you would like to ask about. You may ask any question now that you are leaving the Abbey regarding the Abbey itself and what you had witnessed. Go ahead.
Oh, me?
Anyone. This is
someone
a
else.
group. This is a group thing, so
your
anyone
favorite
can
color?
throw stuff out there. Yeah.
What's a fair color? No.
Are you really the owner of the Quickie Mart? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where were you the night of the troll?
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Would Cyrus's mother marry Argenta?
Like, guys. Please.
she makes a mean banana bread. I don't know, maybe.
That's it. That's the new title of the show, like Love and Banana Bread.
No.
Bad science and banana bread love.
Could we ask something that we didn't actually see, which was what was going on in the clinic?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, that
Very
will
well.
give you an insight check.
You want to ask that? Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Yeah.
if you want to ask that one, what was going on inside the clinic?
Is that what you want? Right,
All right.
Unless anyone's got something else.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
alright. Let's do it.
All right.
We leave. Wait a minute.
Bear with me while I just pull up the clinic to make sure that my notes are correct.
As we're leaving, we're just like, wait a minute. Charge! Run back in and fight. No, just kidding.
All right, here we go.
There's like, there's like, I wanna-
Fireball!
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, just kidding. I
Oh.
don't have fireball.
All right. Yep. Cool. All right. So, within the confines of the hospital, as it were, there are, you can presume, a bunch of mongrel folk. These are the ones that you saw tilling the fields, doing a lot of work. Now, mongrel folk themselves are, kind of amalgamations of different creatures, all sort of hodgepodge combined together. Now, here's the tip of the iceberg for this. Now,
So I'm wondering if they're making them.
you kind of get the impression that with the way that they've been, the mongrel folks have been kind of treated here, and none of them seem to really mind at all, that there is something a little odd. And specifically, the oddity that you see is that mongrel folk are kind of like a uniform species that have undergone horrifical magical transformations and only retain small semblances of what their original creature was, right? There are too many mongrel folk here for them to have simply just shown up in Barovia and then suddenly been fostered by this person. Chances are the abbot is creating mongrel people. Likely mongrel people aren't the end result. You believe that what he's trying to do is trying to create a suitable bride, and if you put together the piece that is from the hourglass, a suitable bride for Strahd through the use of magical transmutation magic and not necromancy, but like body stitching and the like. Things like the sugar cubes, for example, is reinforcement that is used for like animals and stuff like that to reward particular behaviors, especially in horses as well. The fact that the way that he was teaching her etiquette at a table, it seemed very harsh because it was, a woman, ultimately. But her mind, her soul doesn't really match up because she probably is like 10 or 20 different things. So that is the insight bonus that you get into what is going on in the Abbey. You kind of get that from behind the the clinic, there are a bunch of these people, and they're likely the people that are being experimented on.
Mm-hmm.
Which I figure that most of you kind of suspected.
Yeah.
But with your insight check from Dazzle, that is now confirmed.
Nice.
Okay.
Because that's what we do. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
that, Dazzle. You are an absolutely wonderful human being. Stay cool.
Plus, they refer to him as master.
Yes, like master is kind of like a respectful word. He is not mistreating them in any way.
Okay.
Or at least the ones that you've interacted with do not believe that
Correct.
they are mistreating them in any way.
Since they're making them, they could essentially make, as long as they have people in Barovia, they could essentially make it as many as they wanted. Correct?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it doesn't look like they're hating it here, but at the same time, this isn't quite normal.
Could be because they
I
don't
don't
remember
know.
much anymore.
I was gonna say, yeah, they've been imbued with like some loyalty to this place for some reason because, yeah.
Esther?
I'm not sure if this will pertain to this anyway, but could I look at what's your 10 left in my pocket now?
Sorry, look at...
What's your
Let's
10
go.
in my pocket?
Oh, very well. You reach into your back pocket, remembering your gnomish ally who had placed something in your back pocket just before you stepped through the flames and into the teleportation circle. What you pull out appears to be a statue that seems to be kind of carved in the fashion of a bookmark. It simply reads, "If you find yourself lost, head towards the reflection of Strahd's castle?
Reflection.
Now, Esther, you know things like Strahd's mirror magic and the like. And that is kind of the big element to that. So if you want to find Strahd's castle, you need to look at its reflection. That can mean anything for you, but you can take with that what you will. All right. Where would you like to go from now? Let me share with everyone and my lovely players the new map of where we are. In 3, 2, boop. There we go. All right. So you are just coming down the road from the Abbey here. So from the north area there, you've got the long winding road down. As you make your way down, the switchback road hugs the cliff. It is about 10 foot wide and is covered with loose gravel and chunks of broken rock. The descent is somewhat slow and treacherous, and the air gets warmer as you leave the mountain. As you come around the corner, you can see the remnants of the village of Kresk. You know nothing of this village, as you have never been here before. But the first thing that you see is what looks to be a main, like, sort of town center in this area to the south. A mist shrouds this area and lingers along the road. Even now, the snow-dusted pine trees are still covered in frost, making this entire area unearthly chilly. There you go. There is also no inn, no tavern. You can only see a number of houses and cottages, one of which being at the far end of the town, seems to belong to the Burgermeister or mayor.
Burgermeister or the mayor. We could always go ask him what he thinks is going on at the place. We were just at the abbot's place. We could tell him about that. Or
Such a small town, it's unlikely they don't know what's going on.
true.
All right. As you come down and begin to head towards some of the towns, to some of the cottages that catch your eye, all of a sudden, let's see if this works. And all right. All of a sudden, emerging from the houses, a group of angry villagers step out, brandishing torches and crossbows and pitchforks.
Must be after you, Argento.
They say, there are those folks. They came down from the Abbey, they did. I saw them coming down the road myself. More of that mad bastard's creations it is. Well, we'll stand none of it. Look at that one. Ugly part lizard man. And that one there is a part goat man. And that one, part dirt dwarf man.
Hey, I was told dirt dwarf man.
Enough out of you. A small child throws a rock. It hits Vagag in the side of the head.
Oh.
There's about a half dozen of these people here.
We should run.
Lovely for you all to come out and greet us.
A crossbow flies.
An entire crossbow.
A whole one. Yeah!
Throws it.
Take that!
Not how that works.
They can't afford bolts.
It is from Ivan the crossbow hurler. He is the 8-year running caber toss champion. He also runs the axe throwing championship. Anyway, I digress. As the bolt flies through the air, that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are going to leave today's session. With our heroes neck deep in trouble. As we always do. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and joining us. Thank you to our lovely audience for coming and hanging about. As always, we are going to wrap up today with a quick memorable moments segment where everyone mentions one of the memorable moments for today's session. Guys, if you in chat have any memorable moments as well, throw them in there as well. What did you like about today's session? What did you hate about it? Let me know. Yeah, we will discuss, and then we will go raid someone. So yay! All right. Vagog, let's start with you, buddy.
There was a lot going on in this one. Like we got to find out where the mongrels were being made, first of all. But then the whole like when we found Cyrus's mom, and I was like, we were kind of like confused. I'm like, wait, why is Cyrus here? But then we're like, oh, okay. The whole questioning, Vagog going over to the trop and letting loose, you know. And it's just like all this today was pretty good for me. I liked it all.
Nice.
I can't finish.
No, that was a very cool scene. I dig that. Also, thank you, Tasriel, for feeding Phantom. Phantom is a good boy. He's very hungry, and he appreciates all those bits that you guys get to feed him. In fact, I'm going to give him another one just because I didn't get to see him eat careful cantrips.
Yeah, because they went in the trop.
There you go. Yeah, they did. There he goes. Yum. Bits from Careful Cantrip. Yum. He's a good boy. He's a happy boy. There you go. All right. So, Argento, memorable moment for today.
Yeah, I think for me, it was just more of a matter of collectively as the session went on. It's interesting to me how I think at least my character and some of the others have now. We've been inside Strahd's castle for so long that we've carried over this almost question everything and everyone around us as if we can't take anyone for their word. There's always some ulterior motive to everything going on. So having the interaction with the abbot, it was probably what was most memorable. Just trying to play that game of, is he really telling us the truth? Because this seems quite odd, and the way that he's, I guess, nonchalant about all of these people around him that are clearly being stitched up together, and it's just brushed aside as, oh, that's a project I'm working on. That's just nothing to concern you. So yeah, I think for me it's just the general feel of, as a group, how we're starting to respond to this place.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, thought we were gonna fight a butcher.
Well, actually,
yeah.
You know what?
What?
You know what? That's actually a great observation, right? Because when we think about like a D&D game or any kind of role-playing game, we get into our heads that we need to play the champion, the hero, the stereotype, right? And we pick fights with anything that we think is evil, untowards, or something that just pisses us off. And there's definitely a growth that I've seen from Argento that comes from like picking and choosing those battles. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love that because I think that's how you need to play Strahd. I think you need to be one of those individuals to pick and choose those moments where it's like you are. You've got a choice. You can go and start a fight with the abbot and piss off everyone here and then get into a big battle and then drag all that out. That is an option. That is something you can do. But because you guys weren't... I mean, you were being nosy. Definitely nosy. Especially Vagog and Argento. But you weren't disrespectful about stuff. Like, you didn't run off into different rooms. You didn't go charge into the clinic. You didn't do any of that stuff. It was just, you're going to look around the courtyard. It's like, yeah, sure, you can look around the courtyard. This is no problem there, And that I think it spoke volumes for like how that encounter went. So I thought that was very, very cool. I quite like that bit. Domiro, memorable moment.
I think it would probably be Argento seducing the mother of his arch nemesis from the castle, who he swore to take his vengeance on.
That was kind of cute.
Is now sworn to take banana bread back to him.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. You know what? And then what would be really funny is like this moment where Argento like kills Cyrus after like everything, and just as he's dying, he's like, ha ha, and then he just stuffs banana bread into his mouth, and then whispers and then whispers into his ear, "Your mom says hello." Ah, man, it's terrifying.
Whoa!
This is so metal. Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, if you did that, you wouldn't even need an intimidate check. It'd just be like, Yeah. Esther, memorable moment.
I did like see. It's just like a mother who felt like I should just making friends. Oh, that's so nice.
He's come so far since Esther's met him. He can talk to people without a weapon in his hand.
So
Got
true.
One banana bread.
That's one of the. But since somewhere I said that, I also like So Esther was very much kind of like saying, trying to show like she admired that this guy's like a theological figure. She did not like. She doesn't like him. She's like,
No, that was very tense and very cool. I loved how there was like the playback between the two of them too. Like they kind of had the same goals in mind, but they were going about it very differently. And there was kind of that acknowledgement of it very quietly, which I thought was very palatable. I loved that whole moment. No, that was very cool.
oh, sorry, I'll talk more about it later. There's
No,
just something.
I was. Just
Well,
gonna say,
unfortunately, we do not have time for it.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
if I want to give mine. But I'm going to give mine during the credit reel, where we will thank a whole bunch of people. So do stick around for that. Thank you to my players for coming and hanging out today. We are going to go and raid, but for now, we will say adieu till next time from you guys. Is Neil typing something to me that he wants to say? No?
No.
Okay, good. Never mind. I'll carry on then. All right, so we're going to say bye to our players, and we are going to switch to the thank you for watching thing. Bam! There we go. All right, yeah, cool. So, thank you everyone for watching. I hope that you guys had fun. I know I definitely did. Probably my most memorable moment for today was the scene with the flesh-stitched girl. That was for me very, very gripping. It's very hard, especially when you're someone like me who's very high energy, for me to characterize individuals who are very low energy, very quiet. Having a character who was fundamentally lobotomized, trying to interact with Argento was one of the most difficult things I was trying to do, because I always feel like if I'm not at 100% energy, that I'm not putting everything into it. But moments like Argento trying to reach out to this woman, and the way that she was just, vacant and trying to like kind of look through him or look past him, it was very difficult to perform, but it made that moment when she grabbed his hand and showed the stitches in the throat just so much more compelling, because she wasn't doing anything. So I've got to say there's good and bad with that. I love it because it's memorable, and I will take a lot of those lessons with me to my next games and to my next campaign as well. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, why are my cheers not refreshed? I've just noticed that now. That's very strange. Yeah. Well, I will need to fix that, but yeah. Good morning, Jamar. Good morning. Unfortunately, you've just missed me, as I am. We are now going to go and raid someone. But before we do again, guys, I'm just going to read out a couple of these things. Tastriel, favorite moment of the show is spending time with you folks, listening to my nonsense as I keep posting in chat. Guys, look, I do this on Twitch because I want to hang out with you guys. I do this on YouTube because I want to hang out with you guys. I want you guys to talk to me in chat because, you guys keep me company and you inspire me as a role player and a creator. So never be afraid to do that. So thank you for being a part of today. Favorite moment from Careful Cantrip was the banana bread. But Michael, next time, can you add chocolate chips? Be careful what you wish for. I am renowned not only as a narrative GM, but I am also known as the food GM. Every single show that I have had, I have actually successfully managed to make my players incredibly hungry through very descriptive designs. Because, I wanted to be an R&D chef at one point in my life, so I learned about flavor palettes and how flavors mix together and different compositions, and how to describe them very well, thanks to my good vocabulary. So yes, and that's on the cards. Actually, I do have a game for food, a food-themed game coming up at some point or another. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, everyone, for your kind words and for your streams. Now, we are going to go and raid our friends over at Fourth Culture. Now, Fourth Culture are a wonderful group of role players from Southeast Asia, fans of the channel, and we are big fans of them as well. Do stick around for the raid because you'll earn those DAG dollary dues, which you can use on any of our shows to generate plot twists, new effects, and we will be adding some new things in the days to come. So, you know, best time to grab them now. Thank you again to my sponsors, Hero Forge, Sirenscape, and Fantasy Grounds. Thank you once again to you guys. Thank you to Dungeons & Dragons and Wizards of the Coast for making this incredible game. If you guys have any questions or things that you want to discuss, head on over to our Discord. Come chat with me. It's not... Okay, it's a great Discord because there's tons of people there. But it's also great because if you want to just reach out to me at any point in time, just talk to me there. Just tag me at Dead Aussie Gamer. Say hi, and I'm more than happy to do stuff. There you go. Thanks for the unredeemed insight check on Dag Food. Yeah, that's true. There you go. You get that. That's a freebie. All right, we're going to go and raid. So thank you very much for joining us, guys. And once again, till next time, as always, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, everyone.